This piece is pretty much unique. Yangcai reticulated vases of this type were extremely hard to produce. And they were produced only during a very limited span of time, during the Qianlong period, under the supervision of Tang Ying, the great skilled supervisor who worked for three emperors. Reticulated vases were produced pretty much only over 2 years in the 7th and 8th year of the Qianlong reign. The court records say that a such vase was delivered to the court on the 12th day of the 8th month of the 7th year, 1742, that the emperor asked for this group of pieces, which he commended as being of the finest possible quality, to be kept in the Qianqing, the Hall of Celestial Purity, which is the largest hall within the inner court, where the emperor often received envoys and where celebrations took place. These were very difficult to produce. You see on the inside, you have a blue and white vase, and you have the outside constructed around it. And this is fired in a single piece. It doesn't move, actually. You have some of those vases are revolving. This one is static. On this vase, you can really see the whole story of Chinese art from antiquity to the day when it was produced, the 18th century, being told. From the outside, that sort of intricate reticulated border, which harks back to bronzes of the Eastern Zhou, and the treatment of the dragons, which harks back to archaic jades. And then you have, of course, the celadon color and that reticulation. Basically, reticulated vases of this type were first produced during the Southern Song at the Guan kilns and were quickly copied at the Longquan kilns in the early 13th century. And this is where the tradition of these kind of celadon reticulated vases start. Now on the inside, you have a vase that is in Qing style with peaches, this Qing style encompassing the Ming past right there. So I think that it's a sort of symbolic or references that the Qing emperors or the Qianlong emperor would have understood naturally. You're looking from the outside, from the present into the past. It's kind of like the Manchu emperors having assimilated the heart or the essence of Chinese culture. Well, this piece is an extraordinary story of discovery. I should say, rather, rediscovery. This is an object that we originally sold in London in 1954 at Sotheby's. At the time, it was a collection of Harry Garner, the great Chinese scholar and mathematician and scientist, who worked in aerodynamics and was, for a time, the chairman of the Oriental Ceramic Society. And so it was sold as part of his collection, 1954, and entered the collection of Henry Knight, who was perhaps the greatest Dutch collector of the 20th century. And after that time, it sort of got lost. It was passed down in the family somehow. And just late last year, a Dutch art advisor of great repute, Johann Bosch van Rosenthal. And so he traveled for a long period of time and arrived in the middle of nowhere in this house filled with cats and dogs, where in one of the rooms he discovered this extraordinary, forgotten masterpiece of Chinese porcelain. Johann is not an expert in Chinese art, but he recognized the exceptional nature of the object. And so late last year I received an email from Johann Bosch van Rosenthal. On the day I opened this email and I saw this extraordinary vase, and just because of the way it's decorated, its soul, it was quite obvious that it is what it is. Close comparison in the marketplace, there's the Yamanaka vase that we sold a year and a half ago, which is a great masterpiece of the type. That fetched 150 million, which is double the estimate we have, starting estimate for this piece, which is 70 million Hong Kong dollars. So I think there should be quite a lot of room for it to go up. It's an exceptional masterpiece of the period, and really a great example of what is so spectacular and pleasing about Qing porcelain. Novelty, the quality, the technical mastery.